Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a bit of a catch-up on something that happened last year in space that was pretty wild and only really recently resolved itself. Could I be any more vague? Well, as I'm sure you've gathered from the title of this video, today I'm going to be covering China's Shenzhou 20 mission, which could have ended catastrophically last year. Now we finally got some more insight into exactly what happened. The astronauts have recently done some interviews with China Media Group, and their story is pretty harrowing, and I think definitely worth telling. So I feel like I can't exactly say get cozy when I'm talking about potential astronaut mishaps. So stick around, stay tuned, but I don't know. Let's just get into it. So this whole story begins with the launch of the Shenzhou 20 mission, which launched on April 24th, 2025. Aboard were 3 taikonauts. Remember, everyone gets their own cool word for astronaut, and this is China's. The 3 taikonauts, Chen Dong, Chen Zhongrui, and Wang Jie, were off on a 6-month mission to China's Tiangong space station, due to return in November 2025. They safely docked and all seemed to be going well, and their time aboard the Tiangong space station seemed to go pretty smoothly. However, it was the inspection of their craft for the upcoming return where everything went a bit sideways. As mission commander of Shenzhou 20, Chen Dong said he was the one who went out to do some checks on the craft. And during that work, he said he saw something that looked like a triangle on the viewport. He said, "My first thought was whether a small leaf had somehow gotten stuck to the outside of the window. But then I quickly realized that that couldn't happen because we were in space. How could there possibly be a fallen leaf there?" A very human instinct and response. Oh, there's a leaf. Oh, that can't be a leaf. And of course, it was not a leaf that he had seen, but damage to the outside of their spacecraft. And this damage just happened to be sort of in the shape of a leaf. The team used a pen-shaped microscope connected to a tablet to have a closer look. And Chen said we could see very clearly the small cracks with the microscope. Several were relatively long and one was shorter. We could also see that some of the cracks had penetrated through. Now, another crew member, Wang, who was the flight engineer and also had previously worked as an aerospace technician, was remarkably cool about this. He said, "I wasn't really nervous, actually. The outermost layer of the viewport is a protective layer, and inside it there are 2 pressure-bearing layers, and we are safe as long as the cabin pressure doesn't change." But despite Wang being Mr. Cool, Calm, and Collected about this whole thing, ground teams began to appraise the situation, and they decided to rearrange the crew's return. It was decided to implement emergency response measures based on the principle of putting the safety of astronauts first, as stated by the China Manned Space Agency. In a plan that may sound familiar to some of you, the emergency action plan called for hurriedly preparing an uncrewed, cargo-loaded Shenzhou 22 spacecraft. And it was successfully launched on November 25th, 2025. And that craft was loaded not only with cargo, but also with devices for helping to treat the cracked window. In unpiloted mode, Shenzhou 22 successfully docked with the front port of China's Tiangong space station. And the astronauts worked on repairing the cracked window as best they could, because the plan was for them to return in a different capsule, but for Shenzhou 20 to return later on its own, unmanned. So the aim was for the crew to do anything they could to help the spacecraft's heat protection and sealing capabilities during re-entry. Now, just before this cracked window was discovered, another crew, the Shenzhou 20, had arrived at the station with a brand new crew. So some musical chairs started happening now between the crews and the spacecrafts. It was decided that the taikonauts from Shenzhou 20 would return in the spacecraft for Shenzhou 21. And the Shenzhou 21 crew would return in the unmanned Shenzhou 22 capsule, and then Shenzhou 20 would return on its own. I think I got that right. So in November 2025, our 3 heroes left the Tiangong space station and returned in the Shenzhou 21 spacecraft. They landed safely at a landing site in Inner Mongolia. All taikonauts were safe and healthy, so happy times there. And on January 19th, 2026, the astronaut-empty Shenzhou space capsule parachuted down to the same landing site in Inner Mongolia. And I don't know what you guys are exactly picturing when you think of a January landing in Inner Mongolia, but yeah, it's probably what you're thinking right now. At the capsule's landing site, search and recovery teams had to deal with extreme weather conditions in the area. Frigid temperatures and strong winds posed a lot of challenges in recovering the craft. The on-site commander said this marks the first time the landing site has carried out a spaceship recovery mission during the coldest season of the year, with cold weather posing a test for both our search and rescue teams and equipment. We made special cold protection preparations in advance to ensure that both personnel and the equipment remained in good condition throughout the mission. And that's quite a bit different than our splashdowns off the coast of Florida and California. Recovery personnel took steps to protect the cracked window upon its landing, and an on-site inspection of the Shenzhou 20 capsule said that it was generally intact. And according to Chinese media, all items inside the craft were in good condition. China Central Television reported that overall, the Shenzhou 20 spacecraft spent a total of 270 days in orbit, validating its long-term docking capability, with engineers saying that the follow-up work will also provide an important basis for China's space program to continually refine operating procedures. Now, it does seem crazy that both China and the US had issues with re-entry capsules within about a year of each other. But Jan Osborg, a senior engineer with RAND Engineering and Applied Sciences Department, said that the Chinese demonstrated pretty good responsiveness, being able to launch a backup spacecraft within a few weeks. The US eventually got Butch and Sunny back to Earth after the whole Starliner issue, but Osborg told Space.com that the US did not demonstrate the same kind of responsiveness in action. For Osborg, he said both cases underline the importance of having space rescue capabilities in place before something happens, which does seem like a pretty solid suggestion. So, yeah. That's the story as it stands so far. And sometimes covering stuff for China's space program can be a bit difficult because by our standards, they are less forthcoming with their information about their space program. They don't even announce to the public who the taikonauts are going to be that are going to fly certain missions until just before launch. But it was interesting to finally hear from the taikonauts' perspective what exactly happened. Because I'm sorry, cracks in the window, no matter how tiny they are, in your space capsule would be so terrifying. But to me, their reaction was actually a lot like Butch and Sunny's, you know, just like head down, problem solve as much as you can, and just trust that the ground crews are going to get you home, which luckily they did. So what do you guys think? Had you heard this whole story before? I'd heard like bits and pieces of it, but I didn't realize that the Shenzhou 20 spacecraft itself had actually returned. So if I hear any more about the story or get better pictures of the actual window, I will certainly share it with you guys. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And as always, I will see you in the same video. Did I say in the same video? It's like one sentence. How do I mess this up so many times? That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next video. It's not that hard, Marion.